we had a wonderful design team. So every week we would get together and we would have the form and function conversation. I was, of course, the function because I wanted to make sure that the rooms, worked. They were functional for both the guests and the staff who needed to, take care of them and maintain them. So we would get together every week and say, does that work? The designers would have an idea, and we'd discuss, okay, how does that work in every concept that we're thinking of with every room. So there are 40 rooms. There are 10 different color palettes throughout the hotel. There are 5 suites. They're all a little bit different. You'd think that in a standard hotel that there'd be, or motel, they would be consistent, but they're not. They all have a little bit of a different design element to it, but there's great continuity in the original design idea. The bar, we really paid a lot of attention to this because we knew it was a gathering place, and we wanted it to be a gathering place for people in town and people out of town. So we did a lot of discussion on small things like how people use bar space. Would you sit if you were going to walk into a bar, would you sit in a stool at the bar, or would you sit at a banquette? If you were with a group of people, would you sit at a banquette or would you sit at a table? How do people use space? So we had a great deal of conversation about that. It couldn't be very large, so we had to make sure that the back of the bar was designed well for the bartenders, to put out drinks. So we had to make it both beautiful and functional, and I think we did. So most of the people spend their time in the bed and in the bathroom. So that's what we concentrated on. We got the best, mattresses we could find, pillows. We put oversized rain showers in every room. There are 10 different color palettes throughout the hotel. These are all handmade. Headboards, all different fabrics, different textiles. They spent a lot of time figuring out the fabric and the paint and the textures of the fabric. The chairs are EQ3 chairs. This is resin that runs through the entire place. We are in the linen district. It kind of looks like linen. The bar is made of this. This is in every room. It's lovely, kind of transparent. For discussions, a lot of discussion, as I said, between form and function, and it just became a matter of just talking it through maybe over and over and over again. To say, until we reached a consensus. The whole thing was done by consensus. It was built by a committee, so we really just, if there was a problem, we worked at it until we came to some consensus. Everyone wasn't going to get everything that they wanted, and we all knew that. It was what worked best for the modern. These fold out. It took me a long time to find these. I had to go to Europe to do it, because one of the things that drives me crazy in a hotel room is taking the cushions and the pillows off and putting them on the floor, and then it takes up all your floor space. So this whole thing folds out. You don't have to take any. This is a function. The ceiling was this high when we took it over, so it was a dark, long hallway that Dwayne came in and he said, we're going to take the roof off. So that is lit at night, blue. So it really is quite like walking through an aquarium at night. It's beautiful. So it brings light. Put fireplaces, so this becomes a real gathering spot all year round because they're lit every night. So even in the winter when it's snowing, people are out here, by the fires. And that's an Idaho thing. People like to be outside by fires. They're used to camping, being outside, So we get, and then that's where the band plays, out in the courtyard on Thursday nights.